when you granted that first interview?
I was in my house in. Oh, sorry. Did I say Nigeria now?
You need to be very cautious of what you
I
are
was in
saying.
the US. Sorry, I was in the US.
So please just say it one more time again.
I was in the US. My house in the US.
So now, that was the first interview you granted after you heard that Mohbad passed away. All right. The second interview that you granted with by the Freeze, were you in Nigeria or you were still in the US?
I was in Nigeria, Sango-Ota area, in one of my uncle's house.
All right. Thank you very much for that clarification. Now,
Mommy J, if you comment.
The commenters are the problem. Ignore.
Yeah, that's a slip of tongue. We all know that. But let me just try
Obviously,
to say
people know.
Karimo. When I ask you a question, I want you to just chill. When I ask you a question, I just want you to chill before you say anything, so that all these people that are trying to, we know that you are in there. Just take your time before you say anything. Just say your own truth. Okay. We have 1,000 people watching right now. Be very careful with what you say. I know that you were staying in America when you granted the first interview. All right. But in case of those people that want to twist. Yeah. So now, we've already heard that the first interview granted, it was in the US. The interview with Daddy Freeze, you were in Sango-Ota in Nigeria. Now, for those that says that there's a lot of rumors saying, oh, Karimo was the doctor, is the nurse, is the nurse, is the nurse. Now, this is, I know the answer, but just for the viewers. Now, they were saying there are a lot of rumors trying to get to your skin. Oh, is Karimo is a nurse that injected Mohbad. Now, if you were still in the US when you granted that Nollywood actress, that woman the interviewer was a Nollywood actress, right?
Yeah, and the interview was on Instagram.
Yes, that woman was, but the interviewer, the host was a former actress.
And then she was she in Dubai? I think she was still in Dubai. I don't think she has moved to Nigeria then. She was in Dubai then.
So for those that were asking that you were the nurse that treated Mohbad, now I want to ask you a straight question, and I also want you to, that is, if you want to. If you don't want to, nobody can push you to do that. But if you want to do that for transparency's sake, I will implore you to go ahead and do it. But now, what date and time did you arrive in Nigeria?
I'm not going to answer that question. If they want to buy, they should buy.
Okay.
Bossman, if this question have come from you, I will respect you. And I respect Yekude. I will say it. You know what? I will even bring my passport out and show you guys now. But do you know the reason I'll not say it? Because they don't deserve it.
Karimo.
I'm not going to say the dates and time. Never.
Okay.
But I was not in Nigeria. If they don't believe me, they should petition. They pay the son a huge amount.
Let me change it.
Hold on. You can't keep me short. Hold on, please.
Bossman, that's the issue. Let her land, please.
They paid Sanshitu a huge amount of money. Part of his job is to petition me because if they think I'm in Nigeria, they should tell Sanshitu to petition me that I was in Nigeria.
Good.
I will never reveal the dates that I arrived. They should spend their money, the money they pay to Sanshitu, let him petition me that I'm in Nigeria when Mohbad died. Right. And if the case was wrong, the only place I will say the dates and documents, if they can petition me that I'm in Nigeria, I'll present my document and I'll present copies from the U.S. Department of Homeland and Security. Aside from my passport, they will print out CCTV footage, the airport CCTV footage. When I was departing the US to Nigeria, how many people that departed the US for Nigeria with me? The amount of people that departed with me, the Department of Homeland and Security, if I approach them, they will present it to me in a brown envelope. I will take it to Nigeria, or they will mail it to Nigeria. And after the truth comes out, you will pay me the damages.
All right. So now, let me, yes, now very good. But before I ask the next question, let me just say this. Now, you've heard Karimo clearly stating that she put a challenge to you lawyers, either from the Baba side or the other side. So if you believe that Karimo was the nurse or she was in Nigeria before the demise of Mohbad, tell your lawyer to petition her. And Karimo, if they petition you, will you answer?
If they petition me, that I was in Mohbad's house before he passed away, I was part of the people in the house, I will answer. I'm not going to be the only one that will answer. They will petition me, and I will go down to the Department of Homeland and Security, and we go from there. All right, I'm not going to be the only person that will respond to them. The Department of Homeland and Security will respond.
It is the duty of the lawyers, both lawyers, to go and do their own homework.
Because do you know why those ones will be involved? Every other information that will be revealing at the court, or that will be sending to the court, to the judge, will come from Department of Homeland and Security.
All right. I understand you right. This other question,
pay me for damages.
Yeah, this other question is a little bit similar to this question I asked you earlier on. So the first question I asked you earlier that you say you don't want to answer is that because I asked for the date and time.
I never said I don't want to answer.
No, you said you don't. I
never said I don't want to answer.
No, you said you want to keep it to yourself.
No, right? Let's be careful with our words. I never said I don't want to answer.
Okay.
The only way I'm going to answer is with a petition.
Petition, I got you.
I never said I don't want to answer.
Thank you for saying that.
To be careful with what we say.
Yeah. Now, I want to ask another question that is a little bit similar to that, but if you don't want to answer it, it's a little bit similar and very tricky too. So, and if you don't want to answer that, nobody can force you to give any answer to that. You have the right to remain silent. So now, there was a video or a footage of you during the candle night of Mohbad, when you raised someone's hands up. And all right. Now, for the viewer that we So for the viewers that we have here, and according to your title, Revealing the Truth, me, I've already know the answer. I'm only trying to help out for the transparency thing and all that, and accountability. So what I'm asking you is that, I don't know, but you have to, if you don't want to talk about it, if you don't want to answer it, you're free.
I never said if I don't want to.
No, I just said that I'm only giving you my own option that this next question, if you don't want to answer it, you are free to remain silent.
You know what? I'm going to answer every question. I'm smart. I know how to answer questions.
All right.
And I love challenges.
So we saw that was the first footage of you that we saw when you raised a woman's hand up. Did you, I'm not asking for the date and time. Did you arrive in Nigeria before the demise of Mohbad or after the demise of Mohbad?
I thought I just answered that.
No, this one is a little bit stick-fish. Like I said, that one I was asking for the date and time.
After the demise of Mohbad.
Thank you. It was after the demise of Mohbad. After you heard that Mohbad has died, right? Okay. So that was when we saw you on the candle night, right? All right. So in one of your interview, I apologize. I don't really know if it was the first interview or the second interview. I know that in one of the interviews, you gave us the little bit of history of Mohbad, that Mohbad was hit with the back of the gun when it was when the people came to storm the house.
On the head.
We are aware of that story. All right. So you confirming that, we understand. So you said, so the story, Mohbad went to the hospital, according to what you just stated earlier on. And then I guess he went to is it one hospital in Abeokuta, right?
Neuropsychiatric hospital.
Yeah, is it in Abeokuta?
At Itaoshin.
You're right. It's
on the left side.
Yes, it's there.
It's colored yellow and pink, or yellow and
that is right. Yellow, pink, I mean green, light green.
Yeah. Arrow. They call it arrow.
Arrow, I know that arrow. That is the outskirt of
Neuropsychiatric hospital, arrow.
Exactly.
Itaoshin.
So
Belkuta. That is the hospital you went to.
Yeah. So I guess there are some people from the family of mohbad that also confirmed that he also went to a place like that as well.
I was the one that told him to go, and he went there, he got treatment, and he was okay.
Yeah. Adobe, the reason why I was not going straight
to an accolade for that, I was bashed.
Adobe, the reason why I was not going straight to the point is that I'm trying to bring people's mind, and I try to make her to understand what I'm trying to talk about. So just let me dance around a little bit so that she will understand what we're talking about. We're trying to do a little bit of clarity here. So now, did you ever at any point prescribe any medication from your own end mohbad?
Bossman, if you don't have any other question, can someone else talk? Because I've just explained that now.
No, hold on. You didn't allow me to land. You didn't allow me.
Not holding on. I have just said that. You have another question? Can you move to it?
Okay. If not, please just let me chip in some ways. You know what? Hey, Karimo is the nurse in America. What you people in Nigeria that you don't understand this? A nurse cannot prescribe drugs for you. Do you know that?
I don't even have the power to prescribe.
That is exactly what I wanted.
You know what? You know that thing?
To tell the
that question is too expensive. You cannot do that. Not say I'm siding her. You know, since the day before yesterday that they are doing all these shenanigans, I don't even intervene in it.
Yeah,
but on that particular question that you are asking, is a big case in America. No one can go into it.
Yeah. Do you know why?
Even when you are working in a facility, in your mad book, if you do a mistake, they are going to fire you.
All right.
There is no excuse that I'm sorry. No.
I know.
You have already learned. They have already taught you. So you can't make that mistake.
All right. So,
I just want to chip in that.
Thank you for that. See, I actually know all those things. I only ask you questions.
I don't prescribe.
Thank you. That is what I was expecting you to talk about, because I'm asking all my questions based on the rumors. Okay? And I want you to use your own mouth to say it. All right? I'm not trying to set you up or whether they're just
Boss, this is what I'm trying to avoid. I'm apologizing. Please.
So now
I don't want that to be triggered.
Please. All right. No. This is not a setup. All right. I'm just doing this for Karimo. Now, the next question is this.
And I'm treating you specially because of the Yekudi.
Just chill.
I want you to know that.
Now, the next question is this. Since according to this last and the previous question I asked you, that you said that you came to Nigeria, you landed after the demise of mohbad. Then that has actually answered the other questions that I want to ask you, because those that are saying that you were the nurse that came
to God to ask me where I raised the hand up. No,
because I've already know those questions, so it's not necessary. The woman that you raised their hand up, at some point we thought that was Wumi. You've already cleared the hair one time that person was Mama Jumon. Is it Jumon, right? Yeah, Jumon.
Yeah, Tunde. That's Tunde. And what I did was, it was like this: justice. What does this mean? What does this mean? What does it mean? Right. What does it mean? Solidarity and justice. Is that not what it means? Do you just raise this up? Who are the people that do this? When you raise this hand up, it means when you want justice, when you are trying to ask for justice. Is that not when you raise those hands up? Don't you guys think? You don't think?
All right. So anyway, those are the questions.
Died and we need justice. And I was doing this justice. And if you go back to that time, those period, I was still like, they lied to me. During those period, I was still asking for justice. I was being lied to.
So, okay, with what you just said now, at what point did you realize that you've been lied to? At what point? Go.
After I got back to the United, I got to know I was being lied to from Nigeria. Because of the way they were doing. At some point, if they want to talk, if I'm coming, they kept quiet. Olori buruku ni ewo to bere question yẹn. Mama Tunde too want justice. Olori buruku are o gbọ́ pé mo sọ pé irọ́ ló ń pa fún mi.
Anybody that want to ask you a question, let them come up.
That time in Nigeria, I'm still in the dark. Or whatever that I've done in Nigeria, I was in the dark. Okay? And if you look at it, it was when I got to the US back that I started coming out for them.
Okay. So, no, you have
got to know that something is fishy while I was in Nigeria. Because sometimes when they are talking and I'm coming, when they are talking and I'm coming, they'll keep quiet. They'll give them same sign. If I'm driving and they want to talk, you know, through the front mirror, you can see what is going on in the back. They are giving themselves sign languages. That is when I know something is going on. Coupled with whatever, everything mohbad told me. And mohbad did not call me. It wasn't like she snitched on them. She said everything right in front of them. And I asked them, why was this and that? None of them could talk. And that was why I said, kneel down and beg your mother-in-law. Why will you tell her not to hold her baby until 41 days? Olori buruku ni ẹni ṣé ilé gbàgbọ́ ẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ni. Kí ìyá ọkọ má gbọ́mọ ẹ̀ fún 41 days. Ṣé ilé gbàgbọ́ ẹ̀? Ṣé ìyá Túndé lè gbàgbọ́ ẹ̀? So, tó bá kí n ṣe olórí burúkú kúnlẹ̀ kò bẹ̀ yọkọ ẹ̀. That was where the hatred started from. There was hatred prior to Mohbad's death. Sure you get. But everything they thought when I came home, they know me though. Don't get it wrong. They know me too well. So if they could have their way, they would tell me not to come to Nigeria. Because they know I will see a lot of things. And the way I was seeing it, I thought I had one jacking bomb on me until 41 days. Ó pẹ̀lú nǹkan tí mo fi gbégbà tí fún mi pa. Ó ń ṣí ere ni. Mo ń bẹ sọ̀rọ̀ ń walk away. Ṣé nǹkan tó ṣe lójú ààrẹ ṣó wà okay ni? Ọ̀gbẹ́ni wá bí mo gbégbà tí fo lórí burúkú. Pé wá ìyá ọkọ ẹ ló lè má gun gàlégàlé. Ṣé mi lè gbàrú ẹ̀ ni? Tó ní kí ìyá ọkọ ẹ má gbé ọmọ until 41 days. Ọkọ ẹ náà ò dẹ̀ rí nǹkan kan ṣe sí. And your husband didn't say anything. But I begged Iya Mohbad. I knelt down and she knelt down. And that was how I settled everything. Mama, everything tí mo mean tí mo settle ni pé ìjà ìyá ọkọ síyàwó ni mo settle. Torí after this show now, you know I'm gonna say Karimo sọ pé òun ti settle gbogbo ẹ̀. I settled the rift. Kò fún mi lóúnjẹ, ó máa ń tilẹ̀kùn, ẹran kan ló máa ń fi sórí kíní. Ṣé you get? Kò jẹ́ kí n gbọ́mọ mi. Ìjà tí mo parí nìyẹn o. Kò ń ṣe ìjà ikú tó pa Mohbad o. Torí wèrè ló pọ̀ nínú ẹ máa lọ yí ń sìn. Have I cleared you that part, bossman?
So now,
bossman,
stay at the scene of you raising the hand of Yatunde up. Do you have any reason why Wunmi was not at the gathering? Do you have any idea? Was he there at the gathering or not?
She cannot go now. I think she cannot go there now. Iya Mohbad gone kó má lọ. Iya Mohbad was at the house. Wunmi was at the house. Both of them was at the house. They didn't go.
Okay. So I guess this is going to be my last question.
That was shortly after his demise. So the reason why she did not go was because if she go there, she would be crying. So why would she go to that place?
So
people now say, don't cry, don't cry. She will get emotional and start crying. So
at what point did you decide to get a lawyer for Wunmi? And what prompted you to get a lawyer?
Oh, wow. I've said this multiple times.
Or maybe I've not joined you there at that time.
Not today, but you have heard me say it now. I got to Nigeria.
I'm just asking, maybe you've said it before. I'm only saying all these things for clarity's sake. Oh. You said revealing the truth.
On Bridget Misa interview, a friend of mine in the US, her mom was a sister to lawyer Falano, Sam Falano. So she saw the interview I did on Bridget Misa, with Bridget Misa. She now told her mom is also a nurse. She's a nurse. Her mom is a nurse. Myself and her mom used to work together at the same place. And also our mom runs an African store. So I usually purchase items from my mom. And her dad was the one that did my daughter's christening. Naming ceremony or mommy. Baba Oko àbúrò Sam Falano ló ṣe kó mọ fún ọmọ mi, wọ́n ní pastor lọ́kọ wọn. So when they now saw me, they said, ara mi ti ẹni iṣó tí ń rù. Ara mi ní iṣó tí ń rù. Yeah. Jẹ́ kí n sọ fún ẹ̀gbọ́n mi tẹ́ bá máa need the lawyer kó ràn yín lọ́wọ́. That was how the issue of lawyer came in. So they now call me that night. Because you know then now the issue was all over the place. They now call me that night. Sam Falano daughter. I think yes, Sam Falano daughter called me with that lady and one other lady. Because you know now they are cousins, right? So they both called me, they spoke to me, they spoke to Wumi. Right there, Wumi was still saying the same thing she told all Nigerians. They now said, we need to come. Baba now said, so they told us, Baba said we should come to his office 9 p.m. that day. They called me earlier during midnight. So that day, Baba scheduled an appointment for us for 9 p.m. Due to traffic, we couldn't get to that place at 9 p.m. Baba had to reschedule to the following morning, I think 9 a.m. in the morning, and we went there. And when we got there, we met with Baba. The same thing she told all Nigerians were what she told Baba while I was there. Myself, Olori Buruku Yatunde, Olori Buruku Wumi, Iya Wumi, Liam. We went there. Olori Buruku Yatunde was downstairs. We all went up there. After she explained her part to Baba, Baba now said, "Fún mi ní number Baba Kwe." She now gave Baba Sam Falano, her father-in-law's number. Baba now said, "Mi ò need the number Yokwe, torí Yokwe, èmi àti Yokwe ti sọ̀rọ̀ lánàá." So I'm kind of confused with that there. Ṣé ìyá Mohbad náà ti lọ rí Sam Falano tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ ni? Àbí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn kò yé mi. Because Baba said, "Mi ò need the number Yokwe, èmi àti Yokwe ti sọ̀rọ̀ lánàá." So she gave, then when nígbà tá dé sálẹ̀ mo ní Wùnmí, ṣé o gbọ́ nǹkan tí bàbá yẹn sọ? Ṣé màmá ti lọ rí Sam Falano ni tí wọ́n sọ fún wa? I don't know. Ṣé you get? But it's none of my business. So the only person she gave the only number she gave to Sam Falano was her father-in-law's number. And we left. And I met that Olori Buruku Konibaje there at Sam Falano's office. Have I answered that?
You really answered that. And what you just said now is exactly how you said it. How you said it sometimes ago in two different places. I was paying attention to the time and all that, and the same thing you said back then is the same thing you said now. That's a very good one. Now, I'm going to drop now, but let me just ask you one more thing. At what point did you, after you got there and you still believe that what they're telling the public is what they're telling you to? And at what point do you now realize that Because when you the first, is it the first or second interview? No, with Daddy Freeze, you said you spoke with Baba. So at what point did you now realize that it was not Baba you spoke with?
Even when I realized I didn't talk to Baba, was when I went to Confi's platform and Confi chased me away. And Mommy Jokem, is it on Confi chased me away. Then I went to another platform. Was it Westo platform? I went to another platform and Mommy Jokem kept repeating that question. Are you sure you spoke to Baba? Are you sure it is really Baba that you spoke to? At first, I was arguing with her. I will not lie. I said, it's Baba. He said, are you sure? And I paused a little bit. I said, wait. Family, and I went back to listen to the voice note of when Yatunde was dragging me. And I gave it to her back to back. So I now listened to those voice notes again. That was when I now added, when she said, Oloshi, only kan gbe phone fún Baba Mohbad. Baba Mohbad o mo eri ko shi lo. Kini. That's when I said, wow. So it is actually truth. And when I found out the truth, I will clap for myself. I took it upon myself and came out and said, I never spoke to Baba. Yatunde lied to me that she gave the phone to Baba. I never spoke to. It wasn't Baba she gave the phone to. Have I answered your question? And that was later. It was not even immediately I got back to the US. And because when I got back to the US, I was still coming for Baba, thinking it was Baba that I spoke to. But it was later, when she now sent me voice notes, thinking she's cursing me. But in between, nínú bí tóhun tí ń bú mi, ló ti jábọ́ pé ṣé o rò pé mo gbé fóònù fún Baba Mohbad ni. Mo gbé fún. Ṣé Baba Mohbad mọ̀ ẹ́ rí mo ṣe máa gbé fóònù fún ni. Òun ń bú mi lóró bí, but ó tú àṣírí yẹn. So, have I answered your question?
Most of the things I ask you, I actually know I have the answer. I actually intentionally ask you those questions again in case of those of people that have not known, especially those that are actually coming up with different narratives. So don't think that all the questions I ask you was just to get back at you. Came for transparency for those probably are just, you will be hearing for the very first time, and for clarity. So it has nothing to do with me. Neutral. And thanks for answering all the questions I asked you. Thank you very much, everyone, for having me.
Okay. Yeah, my play voice note here, but I'm play. Thank you.
So Mommy J, good evening, everybody. Good evening, Mommy J.
Good evening.
Yes, ma'am. So I just have like 2 questions, ma'am. Firstly, when you came back from the US with Mumi's mother, I don't know if you noticed there is a swelling in Mumi's face. I don't know if she revealed what happened to her, that she has a swollen face. I don't know if she revealed that to you. That's the first
I didn't
one.
notice. Honestly, I did not notice. Me, Nick Baro.
Okay. Then another one is when Igbawo gangan lẹ mọ̀ pé ó tú aṣọ mọ́rí.
Never notice aṣọ funfun kan ló ń wé, so me notice. No, ó máa bọ́ aṣọ because ẹlòmíà tún sọ pé ṣé kò wá kí n tú ni, me notice, me ní parọ́.
Okay. Then Igbawo gangan lẹ mọ̀, when did you notice that they have been lying to you? Ẹ mọ̀ kẹ́ sọ pé ìgbà mi tẹ́ bá ń bọ̀, ọmọ change conversation or ọmọ dákẹ́.
Ṣé mo máa rántí date àti time ni, kí ló dé tẹ́ fẹ́ràn?
No, mi sọ date and time. No, mi sọ date and time. Ó máa ní conversation kan tó máa wáyé tó máa fi change ọ̀rọ̀, bóyá ẹ kàn ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Liam àbí ẹ ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Mohbad, ó wá change ẹ̀ sí nǹkan mi pé
bí conversation wo lẹ ń wá?
Nǹkan tí mo sọ náà ni pé ẹ mọ̀ bóyá ẹ ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé ìgbà wo ẹ ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ikú tó pa Mohbad, bí gbogbo yín sọ ní sitting room, bóyá kò wá change ẹ̀ pé Karimo ìgbà wo ló ń padà sí US. I understand. Ṣé tó nínú conversation lẹ fi
nǹkan
mọ̀
tí
ní
mo
àbí
ṣe sọ
gesture?
yẹn kò tí ẹ̀yin ò tí wà confuse pé bí kí n kàn máa sọ̀rọ̀ kí n máa bọ̀ kán dákẹ́ ìyẹn ò tí convince
Mo mọ̀ ìkan tí mo sọ pé ṣé
mi mọ
gesture lẹ fi
conversation
mọ̀?
tẹ̀ wá mi mọ
Is it
conversation
gesture or conversation lẹ fi mọ̀?
mi mọ conversation tẹ̀ wá mi mọ.
Okay, it's
Bá ní
gesture,
question mi
gesture
lè
lẹ fi
yá
mọ̀.
mi ẹ lè bí mi.
Okay. I think Bossman answered almost all the questions, but mo kàn fẹ́ mọ̀ bóyá ṣé gesture lẹ fi mọ̀ ní àbí conversation. That's just my own point. No problem.
Hello.
That's just my own question.
Thank you.
Ẹ ṣé o ẹ kílé
Hello.
o
Hello.
ẹ à ń gbọ́ yín jàre.
Yeah. I don't know. Mine is not actually a question, but I'll put it like it's observation. And for my little observation, and don't let my suggestion trigger you in any way.
Tó o bá sọ̀rọ̀ tó jọ.
No, hang on. I know what I'm saying.
If you are going to ask me question that will trigger me, màá gbé yàrá ìjà ṣe.
It's not it's not a question.
If you are going to say that before your question, màá gbé ẹ ṣépè.
I will tell you why I said that. It's not related to what you talk.
It means that what you want to say will trigger me and it will cause chaos.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. What I want,
because we were peaceful here before this thing you want to say. And if you say it, if you want me to curse you, my curse, and I will curse your mother too.
It's all right. It's all right. It's fine. What I'm saying is, as an health professional, you're a psychologist, you're a nurse. My only concern is all these things is about the safety of your patient.
Okay.
Right? That's why I said, I hope it's not going to trigger you in any way. What I meant is, because I can actually observe from little things, from the way you react, the way you react to stuff and all that, your emotional, not being a bit, to me, in my own assessment, not that balanced enough. Are you worried in any way that probably the safety of your people you look after due to your profession should be a concern to you?
Tí wèrè fi dó bàbá ẹ̀ olórí burúkú aláyé bàjẹ́ olóṣì ó dàbí ọba Solomon olórí burúkú aláyé bàjẹ́ tó fi sòyẹ́ ẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ lábẹ́ igi kan kí wèrè tó máa do olórí burúkú àbúrò ọba Solomon kò ní dá fún ìyá tó bí ẹ tí ìyá ẹ bá ti kunu kòtó Ògún ló máa pa mọ́nu kòtò aláyé bàjẹ́. Next question, Jerry.
Okay, I think I remember my question, and this will be my last question.
Please, ó sọ pé bí mo ṣe ń feel now ta ló sọ ṣé tí ò bá sí nǹkan kan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ màá wà ní mood tí mo wà yìí then ta ló wá sọ pé mood tí mo wà yìí tí n bá rí patient mi ní take care abolórí burúkú ni wọ́n fi iṣẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ni wọ́n máa ń pè mí lọ pè mí bọ̀ kí n wá ṣiṣẹ́ ni ṣòro pákàn máa pẹ́ ní airport ni tọ́n bá pa àwọn tó smart tọ́n mọ̀ pé wọ́n wà competent àwọn ló máa kọ́kọ́ pè kọ́ tó pé ràlẹ̀ràlẹ̀ ó ń ṣe eré ni 9 years is a joke to you 9 years as a US nurse is a joke to you also as a US
moving on Aduke.
So I want to ask my last question.
Torí kíní tẹrí lánàá ẹ máa enter mi wo.
Mommy J,
That is all right.
Mommy J, continue what you are doing. Forget that one.
So I have just only one last question, and I actually have just one. I actually want to throw a zob, and I believe if I do not say it here, it will not reach those people that it's supposed to reach. And the sub was to whosoever that just left Italawa recently to mi fẹ́ mọ̀ bó ṣe dàgbà tó, mi fẹ́ mọ̀ bó ṣe jẹ́ inú ayé, mi fẹ́ mọ̀ owó agbára tó ní. I just want to pass this information to them that they are dumb and they are so orí wọn ò pé Because
Ogba.
as long as I am concerned, it is not that I am saying this, and I am not here to join the Talaba, but I really want to throw that stuff to
We
them.
will
And
always abuse
Momo,
Mommy J now. No worry, feel free.
I believe it will reach them in peace. They are me, in fact, I want to bàjẹ́ gan. Cause I don't know why tó jẹ́ wípé ìwọ tó o ti dàgbà, o ti wà ní ọkàn, o tún ti làbú, o ti fi bí àwọn ọmọ tó dàgbà. Wà á ní làákàyè. You are not tó bá tẹ máa join ibì kan, tẹ bá máa padà leave. You will not be using the excuse wípé a rò pé ó gbé justice dání ni. There is difference between èèyàn wá justice àti èèyàn tó gbé. Ṣé òun ni judge? Ṣé Karimo ni judge? Tó máa dájọ́ pé ó yá ẹnu àbí? Cause the excuse they were actually giving, I see them as ẹni tí ò lọ́pọlọ àti hypocrisy. Àbòsíjà. In fact, mo wish kí rí nǹkan tó pọ̀ láti fi qualify wọn. They are orí wọn ò pé. Mi ì fẹ́ mọ bó ṣe dàgbà tó mi tiẹ̀ fẹ́ mọ̀ I don't care. Mi tiẹ̀ fẹ́ mọ̀ kan ní ẹ bóyá ṣẹ́mọ̀ yìí ti run support Karimo ni. Kò kàn mí, I just really want to say my opinion about them. They are wọ́n wà stupid gan wọn nílà ká èèyàn ayé. Let me just leave that to you.
Aduke, should I help you? Aduke, should I help you? Should I help you with that?
You know that thing is very annoying.
Wait now, Aduke. Agba Karimo atole ni afebe. I like it, but I clear nǹkan tá fẹ́ clear. So thank you. I like it,
afebe. Ṣé bá tọ̀lé ni gbogbo wa ìtàlá wa táwa bí gbogbo wa la jọ ń tọ̀lé.
So that's the response to that, Mommy J. Just ignore that.
So I want to go back to my last question.
Hello.
So
Can I talk now, please? Can I ask my question? Is it my turn yet?
Let her finish.
No,
sorry.
Please hold on, please.
So my last question is
okay, all right, yeah.
I just want to please, if there is any way that Mommy J can actually please help, if Adura can still help us provide that 10 seconds, 10 minutes video for us to use that video to shut up that scum guy that is ranting all around, or for him to see that Mohbad did not find in that video. Because me, I believe Mohbad did not find that starting video. But if there is any ways that Mommy J can see, I know you might still be contacting Adura or Damola. All right, so that is my last question.
Thank you so much.
I'm done. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aduni. I said Aduni Adufe.
Fine, baby.
Thank you very much.
Adufe, very wicked lady. Good evening. Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good evening,
Good evening.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Yeah, sure. Good evening. Is it my turn to ask question now? Okay, yeah, thank you, everybody. Ask. Yeah, and I greet everybody listening this evening. Yeah, my question is, it's going to be like a bit of you enlighten us concerning
Speak louder, please.
In the US.
You are breaking up. You are breaking up, man.
Okay.
Maybe you should come back. You are breaking up. Come back.
Mommy J, please, sorry. All private accounts, we can't see private to we moderators. So come on, it's okay. I don't know. That's the settings of TikTok.
Okay. Kilo de time you need power private account.
They pick private more. Private accounts, hosting only. Hello, check by me.
Emma ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní ẹ̀yin dà. Network yín ọ̀rẹ́ má ṣe.
Hello, check by me.
Ó yá tí ń gbọ́ báyìí, ó yá ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Ṣé tí ń gbọ́ mi sí?
Ń gbọ́ yín.
Okay. Mo fẹ́ bèrè question ni pé as a experienced nurse, 30 practice for 9 years now, like you said in the US.
Yeah.
My question is more of like an enlightenment to ask you. If it's actually possible for someone to die from an anaphylactic shock or from a reaction to injection? So possible,
very possible. If there is no immediate response.
Anaphylactic shock, yeah.
If there is no immediate response, it is possible. It is possible. Very possible.
Oh, okay.
And that
okay.
is part of the most common.
Okay, it's possible. And
most common deaths too in the US. Yeah.
Hello, can I saw me? I didn't hear you. You said possible
in the US. That's why I don't know. That's why people with allergies, they go around with what? With EpiPen. You have to go around with your EpiPen to avoid that reaction. Or if it's eventually occurred, you have your EpiPen closer to you. You can inject yourself. If a kid have allergic reaction, they have their EpiPen. You have to teach that kid how to use it. So that immediately it happens, the first, just like people with asthma, you go around with your inhaler, right? People with asthma, they carry their inhalers around the same way people with allergies go around with their EpiPen. And also, so now let me say this too. Even if you don't have allergies, it is okay to go around with EpiPen too, because you can be stung with anything like honey. You may not know that you have allergies to honey, and you get stung with honey, and you can develop a reaction immediately. Bees, sorry, I said honey. Just pardon me. You know I'm stressed lately. Lately I'm stressed. So you can be stung with bees. If you have EpiPen around, you get the injection, you're good. But after getting the EpiPen too, you still have to go to see a doctor or go to the hospital.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So from your explanation now, the analysis of what they told us that killed Mohbad is actually possible.
How?
As in that they said a nurse injected him, and he got reacted to the injection, and they didn't get him to.
That is based on what they are saying.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's based on what they are saying. That's what they told us.
Medical report that ruled out anaphylactic reaction. Before you can say it is possible, there has to be a medical report or what is it called? A toxicology result that will rule it out, that will state it in the result. There was no toxicology result that ever says the first toxicology result, the second I'm sorry, I'm talking out of pain. The second toxicology result,
I understand you.
By the family never indicated there was an anaphylactic reaction.
Yeah.
The issue of anaphylactic reaction came up based on the signs and symptoms that they said he experienced before he died.
Yeah,
if only the toxicology result, it is only the toxicology result, the autopsy result that can tell us he died of anaphylactic reaction. If that was not indicated on those two results, every other thing they are saying is rubbish. So they all need to go back and conduct a test, to conduct a toxicology test that will tell us ikú tó pa Mohbad. Those two tests are fake. Nothing but fake.
But the autopsy result stated something like that. Yes, the autopsy result.
It's autopsy of the government or the family.
Yeah, the government, yeah.
So he stated it, and the final decision on each report, report, is going to say what the result is. And there is something they call final decision. And medical personnel te wambi, te ba she lab work, one ma so nkan to ṣẹlẹ̀, one was a final decision, and the final decision says inconclusive. So
yes, also based on the mode of burial.
Medical personnel. Medical personnel.
Yes, I am. That's why I'm asking you. So, I am.
What does inconclusive mean? When something is inconclusive, it means it means there is no accurate result. You still need to reapproach and test. Is either you need to test further. It is either it has been alternated, or it's either you have to reapproach it again. Did they reapproach it? Did they alternate it? What does inconclusive result mean to you, madam? What does it mean to you?
Yes, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
Let me do an example for you. UTI.
Hello?
Let me do an example for you. UACNS. If you are trying to rule out UTI, you conduct a lab result. You get a urine sample. You conduct a lab test. UACNS, right? The result will come back and show you the amount of colony growing in that urine, right? If the result comes back showing less than 100,000 colony, you can just continue to push fluid. But if it is over 100,000 colony, it's telling you that there is a UTI.
Hello?
Network. Now, if the result comes back and said it is if you can't get an accurate result, it will tell you. Then you will go back again and get another sample with clean catch. A big clean catch column, I forget it. That is when you wipe first. The patient pee. The first pee, you don't take the first pee. The next pee is what you will get and send to the lab. Abibeko. So, if their final conclusion is saying inconclusive, that means there is no toxicology result anywhere. No doctor.
These questions is hello. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi sí ẹjọ́, ṣé ti ń gbọ́ mi? Sorry. Ẹjọ́ ẹ jẹ́ kí n sáré sọ because mo kò sáré jáde fún break time kí n sáré béèrè question lọ́wọ́ yín ni. Yeah. Why I'm asking you this is there are a lot of people watching you right now, and I just want to establish something that it is possible. Kó jẹ́ pé bóyá nǹkan tó sọ pé tí nọ́ọ̀sì ṣe fún, it is possible. Kó jẹ́ pé nǹkan yẹn ló ṣẹlẹ̀ tó pa. And there is possibility.
I'm not taking that from you. I'm not taking that from you.
I'm not saying that is what happened.
Are you a nurse? Madam, are you a nurse? Fine, babe. Are you a nurse?
Does it matter?
No.
Does it matter?
I'm not going to take it because I'm a nurse.
Hello, fine, babe. Please,
fine, babe.
If your
result,
you
are scattering the program.
Oh my God. Hold on, please.
I will not take it. I will not take it.
No, I'm not saying that is what happened. I'm not saying that's what happened.
Don't use possible.
Okay, cool. Possible then. Not in mohbad case now.
Fine, babe. Hold on. Nígbà tó sọ pé anaphylactic reaction. Kí ni nǹkan tí result yẹn gbé jáde? Inconclusive, right?
Hold on, Joe. Please let me just make a single point. Okay, just a single point. Then you can now educate us on it. I
don't want to tolerate that word.
No, hold on, please. Hold on. That's why it was a question initially when you picked it. So possible an anaphylactic shock or key reaction from injection. Yeah. That is what I wanted to ask you. And you said yes, it's possible. And igbati lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tí mohbad yìí náà tó ṣẹlẹ̀ mi sọ pé bóyá nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn, but there is possibility. Okay, nurse sọ pé òun fún ní injection hold on ẹjọ́.
As a medical personnel, you can never say there is a possibility. A test have to prove that to you. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't fool yourself here, madam.
Sorry, fine, babe. Please, hello, fine, babe.
Possibility.
Yes, Mr.
Do you have the summary? Do you have the analysis or the summary of both autopsy?
Can I
the result that came out? Do you have the autopsy result?
Before you say something is possible in the medical field, you must have conducted a test to rule it out.
Mami J, no vex. Go on.
Don't come and push that narrative here. Toxicology said inconclusive. So where did you get your is possible?
Sorry,
There's nothing to establish it. There's no test anywhere. Go establish it. As a medical personnel, carry out a test. The test result will prove whatever that is going on. That is now, and there's nothing like it is possible in the medical field. It's either fact or no result, and you will retest again. Sorry, Jerry. Right. And you
these people are just testing you here. I don't understand. Me more. I want stress láti.
That's what triggered that most. They want to trigger again. They trigger again.
Someone sent me something yesterday. I was like, kilo shele. Wow, you are crying. That's why I come to on your platform. Please, I want to advise you. Not all questions you can answer. Because hello, me o to first of boss man, you can so rubbish, you can front and back. Why
good ara lé lẹni tó sọ̀rọ̀.
Okay, but give submission má bọ anybody ẹjọ́.
Mo buyan, stress yan. Eyan náà tó yẹ kó lọ bá pathologist ẹ. Ó wá ń béèrè question lọ, ṣé wọ́n lọ con school ni. He's wrong now. Eyan ti wà stress already. Ẹ dẹ̀ tún stress ẹ mọ́. So
no, let me Jomoke, àwọn tó ń wò mí wọn mọ̀ mí. They don't know me. They don't know me.
Èyàn tó kì í sọ̀rọ̀.
So mo sọ fún wọn náà pé mi ò ń sọ̀rọ̀, àwọn ló sọ.
Ẹni tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ wá sọ di kíní.
So I need to answer them, and just to clear myself too. Mo mọ̀ kẹ́ńgọ́ tí mo sọ yìí náà, yìí tó máa gbọ́. They will still say the same thing, and this will be the last time tí máa fún wọn ní opportunity yìí.
They are just stressing eléyìí ń béèrè gba ìjọ wa kó lọ béèrè lọ́wọ́ airline tó wọ̀ lọ Nàìjíríà náà. Kó sọ déètì fún wọn ọjọ́ tó lọ sí Nàìjíríà ọjọ́ tó bọ̀ kí ni tí wọ́n.
No, Mr. Adisa, Cherry, she needs to do this because nítorí kan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ mọ́júmọ́ àárọ̀ ìyá ẹlòmíì ti ń sọ̀sọ̀kúsọ.
Àní wọ́n send video ṣe mi sẹ́
àwọn tó súnmọ́ wọ́n send bẹ́ẹ̀ wà ń ṣẹlẹ̀ láyé ẹgbẹ́ gbójú ń bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ má wo bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ má wo bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ wà ń ṣẹlẹ̀.
Ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé sórí fídíò tó send yẹn. How do I say it? Can you show? Okay, jẹ́ kí n put it by.
No.
O lè sọ díẹ̀ nípa mi, kò sọ briefly. Because àbúrò mi ọmọ tí ìyá mi bí síbò mi. Káàmpù ẹ̀ kan wà níbi kan tó ń pè ní Tèmi platform. Àwọn olórí burúkú tó wà tí wọ́n jọ máa ń boom tọ́jọ́ máa ń create wrong narrative. So àwọn ni, you know, they have said a lot of things to the media about me and all that, but only the people that are closer to me don't know me genuinely. Even families, you know, now families are betrayers right now, so want to betray me, so mo de that one. But mo mọ̀ pé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ mọ̀ mí kí bọ̀bọ̀ ìtòkù ẹ mọ̀ pé mi ò kí ń ṣe nǹkan tó ń paint mi tàn bẹ́ẹ̀, so wọ́n tó fà tàárọ̀ yìí nìyẹn.
Yeah. I was like, I think I need to come on your platform to just say one or two. That's just it. I think you need to take it cool. Relax because you are stressed already. I can see it on your face.
Thank you. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. And but what was really sorrow? Yeah, well.
Okay, mommy jẹ́ ẹjọ́ mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ ṣe ẹlẹ́gbọ̀n Àdìsá àgbà.
Àwọn family tí ó like bẹ̀ ṣe ń disturb mi wọ́n á para fún yín ni.
Máa ń lórí platform yìí tẹ́lẹ̀. Rí mi náà. Wọ́n rí mi lórí platform.
Ó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ dé ni.
Àwọn kèkè kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ń ta láwà.
So mommy J, ẹjọ́ mo fẹ́ kẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lánàá and what happened, like nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nǹkan tí ẹ fi wà trigger, and because àwọn èèyàn gbé kiri pé ẹ ń gbé Liam ṣe pé wọn ò mọ ìdí tí ọ̀rọ̀ ìpè yẹn fi wáyé, nǹkan tán ṣe àti nǹkan tẹ́ react lé lórí. So ẹjọ́ explain so àwọn èèyàn máa understand the video.
Paparazzi, sorry, good evening. I didn't come for that. I want to ask a question because Karimo said we should ask a question, yeah?
No.
Do you mind?
No, hold on. Let
Paparazzi
finish. She said something before.
Okay, because they would, right, okay.
Okay, mommy jẹ́ kó béèrè, ẹ má worry.
No, mo fẹ́ sọ kẹ́ni tó lọ.
Okay, yeah, so nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lánàá tó fi accuse yín pé ẹ ṣépè fún Liam. Tẹ̀dẹ̀ fi show reaction in that way, tẹ̀ fi ké.
Nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé nǹkan kan ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú family, máa sọ mi pé ogun family ló gbé mi dé social media, ó dẹ̀ pẹ̀lú I'm fighting social media war and I'm dealing with family war too. Oh mọ̀ now, right? So only step sister mi kan. Step sister mi ni tí mo no wọlé sí US ńgbà yẹn. Ọmọ yẹn UK ló wà. Ó wá fẹ́ cross sí US. Tí mo ti bá sọ̀rọ̀ sìn, it's been years. Bọ́dà pé mi ìrántí bóyá bí 2 years ago. Ó kàn chat mi, ṣé 2 years ago náà? No, 2 years, bóyá bí 4 years ago. Ito chat mi náà bóyá 2021 or 2022 ló chat mi. Ó ti ń chat me before then, mi dá lóhùn, just because the way I was treated in my father's house. Mo wá sọ ọkọ mi ní dá lóhùn náà. Mo wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní response. Ó wá dijọ́ kan, ó wá send message mi, ó ní happy Easter ma. How are you and your family ma? Ibẹ̀ ló ti tọ́nú mi. Ibi tó ti tọ́nú mi nìyẹn. Ẹni tá sọ wọn àtẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀, wọ́n máa ń dìjọ nà mí ni. But ibẹ̀ ni everything ti tọ́nú mi. Ó ṣàǹbá mi sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa. Ó wá sọ pé òun fẹ́ wá sí US. Máa bọ̀ àbúrò. Èmi gan-an mi tún dùn pé ó trust mi. Inú mi tún dùn pé step sister mi lè máa trust mi báyìí. Ọlọ́run ó ṣe o. Ó wá tó stage kan, ọmọ yẹn fẹ́ change mind ẹ̀. Mo ní má change mind ẹ̀ o. Má bọ̀. Sórí bàbá wèrè Trump yìí tó bá wọlé tó ò tí wọlé sí US. Àmọ́ra tó máa dá o. Má bọ̀. Má bọ̀ o. Wá no Ọlọ́run ló ní kan mọ ẹ̀gbọ́n sí mi ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ rárá tí Trump ń dá sí. Ó dẹ̀ wá. Òun ló sanwó tó fi ṣe filing ṣe gbogbo èmi kan mo san. But owó ticket èmi ni mo gbé. Ara ticket 1,000 plus. Ó máa ní stopover in Canada. Èmi ò mọ̀ pé tó bá ní Canada visa. O lè gba Canada, o lè ní stopover in Canada. You have to have a Canada visa. Ìgbà tí ó dé airport, wọ́n sọ pé kò lè fò torí visa, torí stopover tó máa ní Canada. Ló bá pè mí. Mo pe airline. Làwọn agent ní ó gbọ́dọ̀ ní Canada visa. Kó tó lọ gba Canada visa kó tó ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. Time ma ti lọ. Ó dẹ̀ ń bọ̀ school. Mo wòye tó wà ní account mi pé ṣọmọ yóò wà ní wọlé ni. School ẹ̀ dẹ̀ máa resume ní week yẹn. Mo bá tún padà lọ sí account kí ló pé ticket 1,000 plus. Ó jóná. Àárí ticket yẹn lò tí mo kọ́kọ́ rà. Àárí lò. That same day, mo tún ra another ticket fọ́mọ yẹn. Tèmi olórí burúkú ẹ̀ ṣó ń gbọ́. That same day, èmi tí mo ra ticket $1,000 plus tí ó wúlò torí kò lè ní stopover Canada. Mo tún lọ bank, mo tún lọ yọ owó service mi, mo tún ra another ticket. Mo wá ra yẹn sí bí mo ṣe wá ra ticket ẹ̀ mo wá ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ agent ẹ̀ pé we should be able to have stopover in your country. They said yes. Without visa, they said yes. Mo tún ra another ticket. So ọjọ́ kejì, ọmọ yẹn fò padà. Ó wá US. Mo lọ welcome. Ṣé bóyá kí n ro oró tí wùn mí dá mi. Kí n sọ pé mi ní dá sọ̀rọ̀ family. Mi máa ro. Torí pé òun kọ́ ni wùn mí, òun dẹ̀ kọ́ ló ṣẹ̀ mí. Mo welcome. Kọ́mọ yẹn tó dọ́dọ̀ mi. Gbogbo ẹbí àwọn ẹbí bàbá mi kankan tí mi mọ̀ bóyá ó dà pé no kọ́mọ yẹn tó dọ́dọ̀ mi. Bàbá mi ti ń bàjà pé kò lè dé sọ́dọ̀ mi. Wọ́n ti pè mí, wọ́n ti pọkọ mi náà pé kò lè dé sọ́dọ̀ wa, kò lè ṣígbà. Ọmọ yìí ṣá insist. Ọmọlọ́lá. Thank you. Ọmọ Isha insist. Ó ní daddy. ó ní kí ló dé táwọn family yìí máa ń da àárín àwọn ọmọ yín rú táwọn dẹ̀ ń tún àárín àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n ṣe. That was what he told my father. Pé kí ló dé tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ kí n dé sọ́dọ̀ àǹtí òun. Family ni o. Family ló ń sọ fún bàbá mi pé kó má jẹ́ káwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ méjèèjì ọbàkan méjèèjì kó dé sọ́dọ̀ ara wọn. Ọmọ yẹn ò dá wọn lóhùn.